Hello and welcome to the Clean Truck Check 5-Day Pass instructional video. We wanted to begin this video with an explanation of what the 5-Day Pass is and answer a few common questions. So a 5-Day Pass is a 5 consecutive calendar day pass for the Clean Truck Check program that allows non-compliant vehicles to operate on California public roads and highways during that 5 consecutive day period. The 5-day pass will not change the actual compliance status of a vehicle or an account. So the 5-day pass is allowed once per calendar year per individual VIN. And 3 common questions we receive regarding this process and the 5-day pass itself. The first is, will my non-compliant vehicle show as compliant? And can I register my vehicle with California DMV while I am using a 5-day pass? The answer is no. The Clean Truck Check 5-Day Pass does not make your non-compliant vehicle compliant during the 5-day pass period, and it will not be eligible to be registered with the California DMV. So as this overlaps with the other 2 questions, we'll make this one very clear from the beginning. The 5-day pass is not a mark of compliance. Therefore, it does not remove a DMV hold, and it will not reflect compliant in your account or on the public lookup list. So to go into another scenario here, will my VIN show as compliant in the public lookup list during my 5-day pass period? If the non-compliant vehicle that is currently using a 5-day pass has been reported in your CTC Viz account, the public lookup will show it as non-compliant. So even though a vehicle has been reported to an account, if it shows non-compliant in the account and receives a 5-day pass, that will not change the compliance status, and it will not change the lookup on the public lookup list. Second part of this is, if the non-compliant vehicle has not yet been reported in an account, the public lookup will show a message reflecting that it does not see the VIN reported. So again, because the VIN has not been reported in the system, the public lookup list cannot identify that VIN, and therefore you will receive that message. In either case, you can print the 5-day pass for the non-compliant vehicle, which shows that it is allowed to operate in California during the 5-day pass period. The 5-day pass is required to be kept in the vehicle so that it may be provided upon request by CARP enforcement. And third and final question, if my entire fleet is compliant except for one truck that is using a 5-day pass, will the public lookup reflect compliance? Similar to the answers above, if the non-compliant vehicle that is currently using a 5-day pass has been reported in your account, the fleet public lookup will show the fleet as non-compliant. This is because, again, if the vehicle has been reported in your account, shows non-compliant, but has a 5-day pass, that 5-day pass does not change the compliance status of the vehicle and therefore of the account. And second to that, if the non-compliant vehicle has not yet been reported in your account, the fleet public lookup will show the fleet as compliant. And this is again because the VIN has not been reported to your account. Therefore, assuming the rest of the account and vehicles are all compliant, the fleet lookup will show the fleet as compliant because that VIN on the 5-day pass that is non-compliant is not within the account. And finally, to bring the fleet into compliance, the non-compliant vehicle will need to meet the reporting, annual compliance fee, and testing requirements. So again, in summary, a 5-day pass does not change the official compliance status of your truck, and it will not remove any California DMV holds or a registration block. So now we will move into the CTC Viz account process of requesting a 5-day pass.
As you notice, I am logged into my entity account where I can tell this by the far left bubbles showing a picture of a truck and my entity. Fees and payments is also another thing to check to make sure you're in an entity account, which is a vehicle account. On the far right hand side, you will see a new button that says 5-day pass. Go ahead and click this button. This will open up a form for a 5-day pass. Please read at the top. Please ensure all input data are correct and final. Once you click the save button, you will not be able to modify the data afterwards. you will not be able to request for another 5-day pass for the same vehicle in the same calendar year. So it's important to note that for 5-day passes, you are allowed, as per the regulation, one 5-day pass for a consecutive 5-day period per vehicle per calendar year. So if there are any mistakes, that will be the pass, and you will not be able to receive another for the same calendar year. This will fill in the owner's information here from your account, so you can move down. And here we will insert the VIN number. And your state of registration, the make, model, and year are all optional. You may include them, you may not, that is your choice. Your city of origin, your country, your origin, your state here, destination inside of assuming California. And very, very important to note here is the California enter date is your start date. This is the date that you wish the 5-day pass to begin. So do not mistakenly enter today's date if you need a 5-day pass to begin in the future. So for this VIN, we're going to say that I will be entering California as of April 7th, 2025. That will be the start date for my 5-day period. That will be my consecutive 5-day period. Again, please confirm all information on this form, as once submitted, you will not be able to receive another 5-day pass if there are any errors. So once you've double or triple checked your data that it's correct, go ahead and click Save. The form will process. And you'll now see a 5-day pass has been approved or denied up here in the top. You can download this from the documents grid on My Entity. So I'll need to go to My Entity and then scroll down to my documents page. So click My Entity. I'm going to scroll down below vehicles, below test details, below managed users. At the very bottom is documents here, and you'll see my upload date is the date of processing. It is my 5-day pass. I click on this link here as the PDF to download my file. And it's going to ask me where I want to download this. We're just going to save it to pictures is fine. And that is now saved on my computer. If I open the file, it will be your PDF with its QR code with the start and end date here in the top left corner, the VIN itself, and also the 5-day pass information here. And this is needing to be carried in the truck for this entire 5-day period in a place known to the driver. So again, one more time, I can get to this by going to my Entity button here. Click on My Entity, scroll all the way down to the bottom, Documents, and here I can see my 5-day pass. For anyone that has a large amount of these or a large amount of documents in their system, these can all be sorted by column. So you can use the funnel button to narrow it down here. If I want to look at just 5-day pass, I could do that and hit filter. Or I can sort by just clicking the column. It will sort A to Z. You'll notice the arrow will change. So it operates much like an Excel file here. So we can sort however we want if you need to find your documents. So this concludes the 5-day pass module. And I hope you have a great day.